welcome to my very first Let's Play. We are going to be playing Faster Than Light, which is a roguelike game, meaning that pretty much everything about it is randomly generated. The only input you have is what you start with. So, we're just gonna dive right into this. I'm gonna go with the normal Kestrel cruiser, and we'll start. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing Rebel fleet can catch up. So basically, what we're doing is we're trying to get through 8 different sectors in this ship while being chased by the Rebel fleet. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign Karis here to the shields and Maloney to the weapons. I guess I should explain each of the systems. This is the piloting room where the captain usually is. If this isn't manned by anyone, then this evade percentage here will drop to 0. So you pretty much always want your captain to be there. This is door control. If this isn't powered or anything, then I won't be able to open and close the doors like this, which is very useful. This is the sensor room. The sensor room is also very important because it lets you see the entire ship. And if you level up your sensors, you can see the inside of the enemy ship too. This is the med room, pretty much self-explanatory. Shield room, that powers this. Right now my shields are level 1. Weapons room, I can power up my weapons if this room is not damaged too much. Oxygen, if this is destroyed, then if it's destroyed or unpowered, then the oxygen in the ship will slowly go down. So right now my oxygen is 100%, but if this is destroyed or unpowered like this, you see it starts going down. And finally the engine room. It lets you... it also determines dodge chance. Level up the engine even more, like let's power down the med bay and power up the engines. The evade chance goes up to 15%. Yeah, that's pretty much all the systems in the ship. The weapons I have right now are the Burst Laser Mark II and the Artemis missile. Up here we have my hull, how much scrap I have, which is pretty much our money. Amount of fuel. If this runs out, we can't do anything. So, yeah, need to keep that a good amount. These are our missiles. Every time we fire a weapon with this symbol, we use a missile. Shields you already know about. This is the list of crew that I have. So there's Lena at the pilot seat, Maloney in the weapons room, and Karis in the shields room. These are our drone parts. On some ships, you get another system where you can use drones for the cost of drone parts, which is kind of cool, but usually on the ship that it is on, it's not really that useful as far as I'm concerned. This is the upgrading menu. I can click one of these to upgrade it, but since I don't have enough scrap, we can just leave that. Another crew list, and our equipment. See right here, system not installed for the drones. I have no cargo, no augmentations. And finally we have this button here. When this is our FTL drive. It takes a while to charge after using it, but it lets us continue on through the sector. So let's just go on ahead here. Uh-oh. Soon after arriving in the system, you are hailed by a small cruiser. What good fortune that we happened to run into each other. Nothing personal, but you have some information we need. You can pause the game with space, which makes it slightly easier. I'm gonna rearrange this so that the burst laser is the last weapon to power down if the system gets damaged. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to select the burst laser, and we will get a target reticule. Then I want to hold control to make it automatically fire. I'm gonna have it hit their weapon systems. While with the Artemis, I'm gonna fire it at their shields. So here we go. This shows. Oh, this is a breach. Sometimes if a certain weapon hits part of the ship, it'll breach the hull, and that room will slowly start leaking oxygen. So we gotta go fix that. We've hit their shields. Since their shields are red here, it means that they have no more shields. Missiles can pierce through shields, so if they repair them, then we can just fire back at them. Okay, now this room is completely out of oxygen, so Maloney here will continually take damage, so we gotta get him out of there quickly. Back to the weapons room with you. Let's fire the Artemis at their piloting, so that they can't dodge anymore. The enemy ship appears to be powering up its FTL drive. It's trying to escape. And boom. It explodes. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. And our FTL drive is now charged. Let's go into here. This is a nebula. Now, it slows down the rebel fleet by a lot. Why is my FPS dropping so much? Hang on. Okay, I've changed some options in Fraps, so this should start working again. Yeah, we're up to 120 FPS, so we're good. Okay, so a lot of times when it gives you this kind of option, you want to look at your enemy's systems down here. So he has oxygen, piloting, shields, engines, and weapons. I think we could probably take him. So let's attack the ship. And start firing. The music in this game is awesome. I just have to say. Fire! Oh, our shields are hit. Maloney, help Karis. Okay. Okay, I should have it fixed. If not, then oh well. So, I forgot where I were. Oh yeah. I think our burst laser can take care of it. Uh-oh. Maybe not. Let's fire an Artemis on their engines. Ship repeatedly hails you. So it looks like they want to surrender. I never really accept that. I mean, 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 9 scrap. That's not really very good. So we're just gonna shoot him down and get more scrap from it than we would from that deal. Boom. There he goes. So we got 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 11 scrap. Not too bad. So, what I'm in right now is a nebula, and as you might have noticed, the inside of my ship is entirely dark, except for every room where there's a person. Well, that's because the nebula shuts down our sensors. See right here. That means it's not working. Status temporarily disabled by enemy or location. So sensors don't work in a nebula, but the pursuing rebel fleet will slow down significantly. So on the beacon map we have, I might as well explain this. We have each one of these yellow squares is a warp beacon, I guess you could call it. And this right here means that at this beacon there is a store where we can buy stuff with the scrap we have, but we don't have very much scrap, so it ain't gonna work. The ship going around this diamond here, that is our current location, or square, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really want to explore further into this nebula, because in certain parts of the nebula there can be ion storms, which have your energy usage. So let's go here. You stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet. They're powering up their FTL. If they get away, they will no doubt warn the fleet of your position. Everything target the engines. Because if we disable their engines or piloting, then they can't do anything. They can't charge their FTL drive. Ow. There we go. Let's fire an Artemis on their shield systems. There we go. Enemy FTL delayed. Come on. Fire. There we go. So now the ship explodes. The ship breaks apart and you're relieved to know that you're still one step ahead of the fleet. Okay. Now we need to... This is the exit beacon, obviously. Once we get here, then we can go to the next sector. And of course, once we get here, I'm going to end this part. So, let us continue exploring. Your jump leads you to nothing but empty space. This jump beacon serves no purpose other than as a connection. Well, it's a pretty bad one, I must say. Okay. A rebel ship hails. We did not fight a war to let a single Federation ship shatter our dreams of a better galaxy. He locks weapons. Now this is a drone control room. When this room is operational, they can use drones that they have. This is a combat drone, which repeatedly attacks my ship. I can shut it down by, damaging their drone system. So let's do that. Because, well, you know, it's not very good to have a drone constantly attacking us. And they are firing missiles at us. Our oxygen is down. We need that. If we don't have that, we will all die. That just warns us that our hull is at 75%. Please don't kill us. We will give you everything we have. Nope. Not enough. There's a now, this part of my ship is on fire. There are two ways we can deal with this. We can send our crew over to put it out, but that will hurt our crew. But since this is right next to the airlock, we could do something else. Since we can open the airlock, and the air is instantly gone, meaning the fire can't spread. Stop shooting us! There we go. So, 12 fuel, 1 drone part, 12 scrap. Not too bad. A ship refueling station is stationed at this base, at this beacon. We can purchase fuel here. Let's see. I have 20 fuel. I think I'm fine. We shall continue exploring, or running away, or whatever. You're hailed by a rebel ship. When the rebellion is complete, you will see the safer world we provide. Well, you won't, but you get the point. They are weapons. I wanted to target the shields, not the engines. What am I doing? Ah. I forgot to put everyone back at their stations. If you have someone stationed in the weapons room, then all of the weapons you have take less time to charge. Really good thing I fired off that Artemis when I did. Okay. Oh, I don't have any missiles left. That's why I can't fire any more Artemis missiles, because I don't have any. Let's fix the engines. There we go. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 13 scrap. Oh yeah, so this is the area where the rebel fleet is currently. If I go onto any of these beacons, they will find me and I'm gonna have a hard time getting out. This is where they will be next turn. This increases or decreases depending on what events have occurred. Such as someone getting away will, like, double the fleet's distance. Or if I'm hiding in a nebula, it'll cut it in half. We still got a few turns. Let's keep exploring. You detect 2 ships, one chasing the other. Scanners show the pursuer is a pirate. Let's help the civilian ship. You power up your weapons and engage the pirate. Do I really want to use the Artemis missiles? I barely have any missiles left. I think I'm gonna save them. And then I can power up the engines even more, so we have a slightly better chance to avoid damage. Oh! They were just about to fire their mini laser at me. But I destroyed their weapon systems before they could. That resist word you just saw there was any ship with rock in its class name can occasionally resist hull damage. The system will still get damaged, but the hull won't. This is how charged the FTL drive is, if you're wondering. Hey! 3 fuel, 1 drone part, and 12 scrap. The ship you saved was badly damaged in the battle. Most of the crew accept your offer to be dropped off at a nearby station. One offers to join your crew. Yay! Cool. So this is a Mantis. They are better at fighting, but they're really bad at repairing stuff. The reason why they're better at fighting is because sometimes, well, it's good to have a crew member that's good at fighting, because sometimes enemies can transport onto your ship. That isn't so good if you don't have the right crew members. And also, if we get the right system, we can send him over to the enemy ship. This is a distress beacon. So, certain events happen. I think you get more scrap if you investigate it. It appears the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. You find the man living alone in a cave. From the appearance of his wrecked ship, it seems he's been here for many years. He looks healthy, but his mental state is questionable. Now, you can do 2 things. You can bring him back to your ship in hopes of finding some help for him, or you can just leave him there. What I found is that every single time you click bring him back to your ship, he will kill one of your crew members. So let's not do that. I don't think we have time to go to that distress beacon over there. So this is where the episode ends. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Ooh. You see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones. You receive an automated message. We don't know who you are and we don't care, but this is the right place for some ship repair. Cool. How much damage do we have? Quite a bit. So we can repair damage for a certain amount of scrap. Let's repair 10 damage. Thank you for your business. No refunds. So we gave him 20 scrap and it repaired 10 damage. We can use the rest of our scrap to upgrade our systems. One thing I find is very important is to upgrade your shield systems. Now of course you need power to compensate for that, so we can't really do that. Let's just get 1 power bar and leave it at that. There we go. Now every system can be fully powered. Alright, so in the next part, we will go to the, we will see what happens in the next sector. But for now, I'll see you guys.